Hey, what's up, YouTube world? It is your girl here, the Venusian Bull, and I am back with another video in the Planets in the Houses series. And in this video, we are going to be discussing Neptune in the sixth house, all right? So just as a reminder, the sixth house represents routines, organization, schedules, fixing things, DIY projects, workplace environment, jobs, health and wellness, what needs to or what has to be done, assimilation, integration, and how you can be of help to others, and where you can be particular about things. All right, so Neptune in the sixth house, another difficult placement like Uranus, but in a different way. Neptune does not like to work, and the sixth house is the house of work. So if you have Neptune in the sixth house, you don't like to work. You could be very lazy. You could be wasting a lot of time, just a lot of like idle time and stuff like that. You may be prone to getting fired from your job because you're just like not working, you're daydreaming, you're going off in la la land. So obviously you need to be doing something for work that's going to keep your interest and things like that, okay? Too much daydreaming to focus on work. Sometimes you feel incapable of dealing with practical matters, okay? The everyday things in life, you know what I'm saying, that you need to kind of, live, you know what I'm saying? I know Neptune, you're like the dreamy, idealistic, mystical people. You do the candle magic, you work miracles and magic and things like that. But you got to understand that, you still got to get an oil change on your car. You still need to take the trash out. Like, you still got to do the dishes. You still got to take your dog to the vet. Like, you still got to take care of your kids. You still got to pay your bills and stuff like that. Or I forgot to mention the budgeting thing about the sixth house. But yeah, you still got to do these everyday things. Like, you can't just neglect them. And Neptune has to deal with neglect. So there could be a lot of neglect when it comes to these like everyday kind of things that you need to do to like make life go smoothly, right? You can be productive doing work that deals with music, dance, film, healing practices like tarot, astrology, and candle magic, and dealing with animals. So being like a veterinarian is good for Neptune in the sixth house. It'll give you some focus because you're actually doing something that you enjoy doing. Remember, Neptune has to do something that spiritually connects with them in order for them to like be consistent with anything. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So Neptune and 9 to 5 jobs do not mix. Like, do not try to do that. Definitely music, dance, film, like stay in that lane when it comes to the sixth house, and animals, healing work and stuff like that. Find some type of job in that lane. Edit some videos, do some YouTube videos, and like do them on a weekly basis. Have a YouTube video that you put up weekly of how to do this. Oh, I forgot to mention this about the sixth house, but sixth house is very 10 steps to doing XYZ, or 10 ways that you can combat this pandemic or something like that. All about the numbers and the countdowns and things like that. So if you have Neptune in the sixth house, try to, post videos. You really enjoy editing of videos and stuff like that. You enjoy, being on camera and or filming things. So utilize that and make that something that's a part of your day consistently, so you can, bring in a little bit of money. And this is another placement where you can always feel sick. This is the other person that's always calling out of work, like the moon in the sixth house, Neptune in the sixth. They always think that they're sick, and it may always be like some type of like a spiritual, attack or something like that. Like, it's not really something like physical. It's always something that like spiritually gets them. So I don't know how Neptune in the sixth is really dealing with this whole like pandemic that's going on right now, but they're definitely the people that got their own conspiracy theories and things like that that's going on about the health and the science and the wellness and things like that in terms of what you should be doing. So people may agree or strongly disagree with Neptune in the sixth house people. Daily routines can be easily forgotten, like I mentioned earlier. You're not about the organizational life at all, and but lacking this can lead to chaos. So it's very important for you to have some structure. Neptune in the sixth house, it's probably best that you don't live alone. You need to live with somebody, and you could see it as them kind of being enabled, but Neptune in the sixth does have to learn to do things for themselves, but they're the type of person that if like you don't check on them, like you go to their house and they got like, trash piled up or like dishes piled up and like house is just a mess and just like the everyday things like they just forgot like different, work assignments and schedules and you just are very forgetful about these everyday things. Like you have to have reminders. Put alarms on your phone. Neptune in the sixth house, put alarms on your phone. Put reminders in your calendar on your phone. Put all of that stuff because I know you be on your phone. So put it all on your phone. Put it on your computer as well. Okay. Let's see here. You have an unconditional love type of approach when it comes to helping people. You really do enjoy helping people. That's the one like upside to Neptune in the sixth house. So if you want to be that healer, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be like you working in the hospital or you being like more of a holistic healer or doing tarot and candle magic and stuff like that, definitely do that because you can definitely be a healer in that regard. Um, but you may be too idealistic in your approach to helping people, kind of giving people these like kind of pie in the sky types of advice. If you're like a therapist or something like that, you may be too out there, a little bit too you kind of figure out a way to bring it down to earth and have it deal with the practicality of the real world. um you lack boundaries and organization, and you depend on others to do daily tasks for you. Neptune plays the victim a lot. So when it comes to Neptune in the sixth house, you just want everybody to do those little things for you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're married and your spouse has Neptune in the sixth house, that means that you're always doing shit for them. So if you find that that's the case, then they may have Neptune in the sixth house. You know what I'm saying? And you're just always doing everything for them. And that could be very draining and exhausting. You may let others take credit for your work. So you don't like stand up for yourself when you actually do that good job and you present that creative mind that you have and things like that. When you actually do excel, you may let other people take credit for your work. Um, you are very compassionate with animals and pets, like I said before. Create some spiritual routines like yoga or meditation and things like that, so you can kind of get the body going, so you can do something to be productive. You know what I'm saying? Or do like Pilates or something like that, something that's kind of mellow and chill, but try to like make it consistent so that you can have this healthy sense of health and wellness and things like that. And stop calling out sick because you ain't really sick. You know what I'm saying? You just, in the clouds in your mind. You know what I'm saying? People hurt your feelings at work or something like that, and you want to go cry about it, and you can't stomach it. No, we're not doing none of that. All right. So yeah, so that's my take on Neptune in the sixth house. Let me know if this resonated with you, and please add any other characteristics in the comments that I may have missed. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.